Maybe people were not listening, but I'm going to tell you right now, what DJ Akademiks might have been trying to allude to the other day when he made the post about Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez' court proceedings was that the whole case might get thrown the bleep out. BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Alright, so yeah. So apparently, DJ Akademiks posted something the other day. I believe it was a tweet. It might have just been on. I'm not 100% sure. It could have been on Instagram for some ways, because I haven't actually seen it for myself. I just heard of it being spoken of. But yeah, it was on Twitter though. So the other day, DJ Akademiks posted something on Twitter. Thing he posts basically is speaking about the Tory Lanez Meg Thee Stallion case. What DJ Akademiks basically posts is him speaking about evidence or lack thereof regarding the DNA on the handgun. Meg Thee Stallion took the bait. Okay. Now I say all of this to say, I just want to be clear on something. I believe this was a setup and a trap. I believe that this was 100% a trap. If this would have happened and it would have happened for me, I might have fallen for it. Also, pardon me, I'm just keeping it a step. But this was a trap. I want to be clear on this. Okay, so the first thing I want to say is this. The authorities might be thinking about dropping the charges for lack of evidence. I'm going to be clear on something. What happened was this, and I want you to pay attention. They said that the DNA was inconclusive. DNA that we're speaking about is they're testing DNA that they apparently found on a weapon with Tory Lanez to see if the weapon was his. That's what they're checking for. And it came back as inconclusive. Basically, it's saying that in a court of law, you can't use the DNA to say that this was Tory Lanez's gun. Boom. Once again, you're not supposed to be trying to prove you are innocent. The state is supposed to be trying to prove you are guilty. You don't have to say you can literally, like if the state does a bad enough job, you can literally be like, yo, look, we don't even want to put our case up. They did it for us. I'm just saying. I don't think anybody is gonna do that. But you don't have to defend whether you did or didn't do anything. It's just your job is just to basically say this thing that they're accusing me of, that's not, you're just defending whatever the points is that they're bringing up in the case revolving around that and how those things are wrong. That's it. That's all you're doing. So when you can't use the gun, remember, Tory Lanez is being accused of shooting her. That's what she's saying specifically. She said it numerous times on social media that she's saying that he shot her, and they're saying that the DNA cannot be matched to Tory Lanez. Now, the fact that they're saying inconclusive, that means that they found DNA evidence in the weapon, is what I'm assuming. And them finding DNA evidence, they had to have something to gauge it against. I mean, it's not like they're saying, yo, there was no DNA evidence for us to, use. They're saying it was inconclusive. Also, just so we could be clear, Tory Lanez, when he was checked for gunshot residue, when it happened, there was no gunshot residue. Also, just so we could be clear, the bullet that she was allegedly shot with, that they pried from her feet, that came up missing, or because the hospital don't know where it's at, or the police don't know where it's at. Somebody doesn't know. No one knows where it's at, basically. So right now what might be happening is they might be looking to just either just throw the case out of court. You don't have any evidence. One person saying a thing happened is not evidence. I just want to be clear on that, because sometimes people try to take that perspective and say, well, she's saying he shot her though, why can't, well, then you're gonna go take him to court, you're gonna go to trial, right? And then she's gonna get up there and say he shot me, and she's gonna tell her side of the story. Then there's no other evidence at all whatsoever. He probably wouldn't even need to take the stand. Just so we can be clear, she had already gotten them thrown out of a party that night, and this all happened right after they got thrown out of a party because she was belligerent. I just want to be clear on this. So if we're paying attention to facts just as mundane as those, just those, and the only thing that you have going against Tory Lanez is that individual saying that she shot me. People being there at the scene when it happened. As you could also be clear, I don't think they said that any of these people were being called to say that Tory Lanez shot her. I mean, the security, he can be called. I don't see them talking about they calling the security, but they think the security is going to take the stand and lie. I don't hear anybody saying that they calling Kelsey. They think they're going to take the stand and lie. Also, just so we can be clear, I believe they already have an eyewitness. Remember, the person that called the freaking police in the first place? For everybody that don't remember, this situation happened outside in front of the party or something like that. And there was an actual witness that seen what happened and heard the gunshot that called the police. And that's how come the police was following them, just so we could be clear. So they already have a witness of some sort. So the point in which I'm trying to make is, if they're postponing, because for the people that don't know, what happened is they postponed. I'm not sure what's the working reason. They might be like, it might be friend. They'd be like, look, we don't really want to tell people we don't have no evidence against this black man, that this black woman is so desperately trying to get locked up and we wants to help her over here. But if we tell them there's no evidence, somebody might go crazy. So I'm not 100% sure, because obviously I'm not even in California, so I'm not in that courtroom. So I'm not 100% sure. But what it seems to me like, especially with the information coming back that the DNA evidence was inconclusive, us knowing that they already said that he didn't have any gunshot residue on him, and that he just didn't have time enough to get the gunshot residue off of him. There just wasn't enough time. And in addition to that, the alleged bullet that she was shot in the foot with, that was pried from her cold live feet, I don't know, warm live feet, whatever you want to call it, that alleged bullet is now missing. So it looks to me like they might be just getting ready to throw the whole case out, and that's what DJ Akademiks is trying to tell everybody, because that's why it don't make any sense for her to say nobody went to court yet. You understand? Like, her reply to DJ Akademiks was, nobody went to court. How can you say what's going on? Like, okay, then you just graduate from college. Like, shouldn't you be exhibiting? Like, it should be a little bit more astute than this. They obviously, I would say obviously, after them losing more evidence, it would make the case more flimsy. These cities and states ain't in the business of just throwing money out the window for no reason. You see what they do in Jussie Smollett, or whatever the fuck that guy's name is. You see what they doing with him. He got to pay the city back. They say, yo, look, man, you look all this overtime you made us do, this damn lying. You tricked us. We knew you was lying. Everybody knew you was lying. You kept lying. You're still lying. He's still to this day. He's hanging out with OJ talking about we gonna find them guys. OJ, they drinking Mai Tai somewhere, talking about we gonna find those guys, and you gonna find your guys too. That's oh man. So yeah, they not in the business of just wasting money, and it's not just wasting taxpayers' money. Just so we can be clear, they got more important things they could be doing. You know, These guys are like the DA. Like there's actual crimes that were committed against people, you know, and animals. By the way, people are doing crimes against animals. You'd be surprised. These guys got better things to do than worry about somebody that either stepped on glass or kicked some glass or whatever the hell happened to her foot, and then she, you know, got caught banging her friend's man and everything like that. So anyway, let me know what y'all guys think. Put it down in the comment section. Does it sound like they might be getting ready to throw this out? Because usually when they start losing evidence, that means that the case is getting flimsy, and they might have to dub it. That's usually what that means. Just so y'all know. Like when you are going to court and they saying, oh man, yo, the courts ain't gonna let them use this piece of evidence. Don't you be like, woo, thank the Lords. This is the same thing. Well, that evidence isn't usable anymore. Thank the Lord, it's the same thing. We this much closer to them throwing this shit throwing it out. They're not gonna want to go to trial with this and look stupid. Why? Anyway, with that being said, let me know what y'all guys think. Put it down in the comment section. And also, one last thing. If they do throw it out, should Tory Lanez pursue suing her still? I'm curious. Put it down in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribes. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I get on this one. I'm out.